Rockin Raymond. This is an exclusive interview for hardtowitness.com.
Cool.
So, Raymond, what's your story, man?
My story, I just got into doing karaoke and stuff, and I like to sing and stuff. And, I've been working now with Danny for like almost 3 years now or so, and I also travel out to Tualatin on Wednesday nights to sing out there, and stuff. And my mom's been kind of, and she kind of got me, into singing Elvis and stuff. My mom's a big Elvis fan, and when I was little, she got me into listening to Elvis music, and so I started, singing and dancing like Elvis, and people like what they hear and what they see. I like to keep doing that.
How old were you when you first learned that you knew how to sing?
About 12.
About 12 years old?
Yeah.
What was your favorite artist then?
I would have to probably say Elvis, probably.
Okay, now, when did you start learning the dance moves that you're so popular for?
Well, basically, like I said, I started singing when I was like 12 years old. My mom would get out a bunch of Elvis records when I lived at home and stuff, and I started dancing around, started doing the moves like Elvis did, and, in his earlier, career and stuff, and I told my mom, I said, one of these days, Mom, I want to be like Elvis, and I just kind of meant it as a joke, I never thought anything would ever become of it, I never, get into what I'm doing now, and then after I got out of high school, this girl that I went to high school with in Portland called me up one day and said, she was at a karaoke bar and she had a bunch of friends that wanted to hear me sing, so I went to that karaoke bar and I did That's All Right, Mama, and I did Don't Be Cruel, and everybody just totally loved me and stuff, and I've been doing it ever since. I enjoy what I do, and I just feel like God's given me a gift of talent to be an entertainer, and I've been doing it ever since. I get a lot of requests for all kind of different songs, and I don't do just Elvis. I do Ricky Nelson, I do Buddy Holly, I do a lot of the Kingsmen music. I kind of mix it up, and give people a variety of music to listen to and stuff. And
how do you feel that God has influenced your life?
He has really blessed me. I've had a lot of musical, influence, in my family and stuff. And my sister, she, is sort of a musician. She plays a little bit of guitar. And I've also been influenced by my girlfriend's parents. My girlfriend's, mom, plays a little bit of fiddle, and some of my girlfriends, some of her family, up where they live at, they play in a band and stuff. So I basically kind of, grew up around, types of, music from different people, who really influenced me. And, the Lord has really, blessed me, with the talent that I have, and, so, I feel really blessed, I've had several people, in my life, influence me about music, and, I got a really good voice, and, I should get up somewhere one day, and perform someplace, and, and try to kind of make a name for myself, and so, by the grace of God, I feel very blessed to be doing what I'm doing right now, and, what a joy I really get out of it is, when I can look out in the audience and see smiles on everybody's faces, and I know that they're enjoying not only what they're seeing, but what they're hearing, I just, I feel the Lord has, blessed me in that way, and I would like to keep doing that. If they like it, then I'll keep doing it. I had my own gig just recently at an Elks Lodge in Portland, Oregon, or not Portland, but actually Milwaukee, Oregon, at the Milwaukee Elks Lodge not too long ago. I had my first Elvis gig, and, I did really good there, and, people people really loved me there. I got up there and just knocked them dead and stuff. And everybody there just, really loved me, and they were on their feet, clapping and cheering for me, and everywhere I go, I'm known as a mini king, and Danny is actually the one that gave me that name, and so it's, kind of stuck with me, it's, and stuff, and I also have an email address now, which is at miniking1969@yahoo.com, for those people who want to, email me, and just, write me a little note. Say, hey there, Mini King, we heard about you,
Name one really hard personal trial that God has helped you through.
Oh. That would be, boy, that's a real hard one. Well, he's kind of, growing up at home, my mom, I kind of had a hard life growing up, when I was younger at home, because, and so, I mean, it's, I kind of grew up around, that kind of, I wasn't too happy about it, and I had a lot of problems. I'm not saying that I'm perfect, and I mean, nobody's perfect, I've had things I've done in the past, that I, feel that I know I shouldn't have never done, but, I mean, nobody's really perfect in this world. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, I mean, to me, the only perfect person in this world really is God. Elvis once said, a lot of people, called Elvis the king. Well, Elvis, used to, get kind of irritated with a lot of people when people would call him the king, because he would tell a lot of people, he said, well, I mean, I'm just an entertainer, I mean, Jesus Christ is the real king, and, I mean, I thought that was kind of cool, I mean, and Elvis was, he was very talented, I mean, he never forgot where he came from, he was always giving of himself, and he grew up in a Christian home when down in Memphis, Tennessee, his mother and father were both Christians and stuff, and so he kind of grew up with a, Christian, background and stuff, and, when he was a little boy, he went to church every Sunday with his mom and dad, and he sang in the church choir and stuff, and so, I thought that was kind of cool, when he says, when he told people that, that, Jesus Christ is the only king, I'm just an entertainer, I mean, and I've had people, I've had people come up and tell me, at karaoke bars that I've been to, hey, you really rock, you're the king, you're the king everywhere, and I've told people, I said, I mean, that's nice of you to say, but, I mean, and people would look at me really funny, but I would say, I mean, that's nice, that, you say that, but to me, as far as I'm concerned, the Lord up above is actually the real king, I mean, I'm just an entertainer, but, and I enjoy what I do, and I feel that God has given me a gift to, to be an entertainer, and, and that's, a special gift from God, and I mean, I thank the Lord every day for the gifts of my life, my good friends, good family, and, I mean, and working with Danny has been such a pleasure, I mean, it's, I mean, he and his wife and his family, I mean, they become like my family, I mean, and they're very special to me, and they're part of why I'm doing what I'm doing today, and, I mean, and, and also influence from my friends and stuff, and so it's just, I feel really blessed, to have special family and friends, in my life, and, they, really think a lot of me, and I think a lot of my friends and stuff. And
What do you think about being featured on ahearttowitness.com?
I would really be honored to be on there. I think that's really great.
Cool. All right, well, that's where you're at, man. That's where you're at. Thanks for the time, Raymond, and we'll catch you again really soon.
Cool.